So today we're looking at how to use the exegetical guide in Logos Bible software. This is Logos 10, and I'm using it to show how you can do good explanation of concepts and ideas in your sermon or Bible study. I'm writing an article over on my website, kevinpurcell.org, and you can go over there and read it. It's a series of articles on the 4 essential elements of good sermon development, which includes, of course, explanation. And explanation requires that we learn something about the text. So I have what's called the Legacy Standard Bible. It's one I've been using lately. It's a fairly fresh and new translation. And we're going to go to Matthew 17:20. And as you read this, it says, "Because of your little faith, for truly I say to you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible to you." And of course, the context of this, we find, was the story of Jesus casting out a demon that previously the disciples were unable to cast out. What I really want to focus on here is the word studies that you would do in this passage. So we're going to focus on verse 20 here. If you right-click on it and make sure the reference is selected, you can open up one of the guides, for example, the exegetical guide. Another way to do this is you open up the guides menu with this button up here, go all the way over here and find the exegetical guide. If it's not there, you can go down and you find the guides section, and there it is. Now, let's go ahead and make sure that your passage is typed in. It's already done for you since we have it selected. You hit the enter button. It's going to come up with this list of language study tools. So let's go to the word by word. Now, in my article, I explain all the different parts here, and this comes from the English-Greek Reverse Interlinear New Testament from the New King James. That's my number one passage because I spend more time preaching out of it. But you notice you get the Greek over here and the English over here. If you highlight on one side, that same word will be highlighted on the other. So the thing we're focused on, since we're thinking about this idea of a mustard seed, is this word seed, mustard seed. We're going to look at the word seed first. You click on it and it brings up this section down here. And you notice the word is kakon. You can pronounce it for you.
Kokos.
All right, that's the lemma version as well as the lemma version there. You can click on that and get more, like a word study. And then it has a simple translation. It gives you the parsing information. It's noun, accusative, singular, masculine, a direct object of a deponent clause. It gives you the Greek sense. This is sort of like a translation, but it's the usage in this passage. So it's a little bit more than just a translation. And then we have our list of lexicons or Greek dictionaries. And for example, if we open up the New Testament Greek-English Dictionary, and you find out all the information that it has about this word, and you go down to this section. This is my favorite section of this tool. Has the classical Greek usage, so any Greek text in the classical has the Septuagint. If you know, the Old Testament was translated to Greek first, and then you have the New Testament usage, and in that New Testament usage we find right here, it says, in all the New Testament the occurrence of kakos is used figuratively. Even with faith the size of a small mustard seed, one can live a miraculous life. All right, so that's really what we're looking at and what we're thinking about. So that might be useful to us to help us understand this. You can open up all of these, or if you hover over them, you notice that it pops up with just a portion of this if it's a long one. You got BDAG, and these others down here. You can also highlight or hover over these, and you see that entry as well. And so you go through here and do this word study, and when you want to try to explain the idea of the mustard seed, this will help you to do it. So the exegetical guide is one tool that helps in explanation.